Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Have you ever wondered why some people you be like, Dad, how did they get a credit card and their credit card is worse than mine? Well, the thing about it is they're doing something that I'm gonna tell you that you should consider in terms of what type of credit cards you should go after. Now, I'm gonna tell you another secret. Check this out. Look, if you were dealing with a company, all right, and that company filed bankruptcy and you owe them money, well, guess what? You can actually legally get that off your credit report because with the third party collection companies, they can't get right of assignment. And also, that company filed bankruptcy on their debt. So it's illegal for them to even try to collect on that debt. So when a third party collection company try to collect on it and say you owe the debt, if that company has filed bankruptcy at any time and point, then you do not owe the debt. Now, there's something else that I'm gonna tell you before we get into these credit cards. There's something else. What you want to do is when you if you go to Experian, okay, and you go down to help, if you log into there, then you can put in a dispute. Do not dispute the account though. What you want to dispute is the addresses that are associated with that account. Okay. So if you recently moved to somewhere and that old account is there that's associated with that debt, you want to challenge that. And then you put in the dispute with the credit bureau. But I would tell you, I would not do it online. Okay. Because all the credit bureaus do is they'll take the last uh, four numbers or the first five numbers of an account. And this is also something that you all should know. And all they're going to do is verify it with either the third party credit bureaus or with LexisNexis. Now, here's another thing. If you have an account on your credit file and it does not have a number assigned to it, and it doesn't have an account number assigned to it, then that's also in violation of them parking the debt, and you can sue them on just parking the debt that has nothing associated with you because there's no account assigned. So how are they going to put something on your credit file that's never been assigned to you, right? They just put their company name, but there's no account number, right? And so when they say, "Oh, it's been," no, 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 there's no account number. How can I dispute anything? There's no account number. All right. So I just wanted to share that with you all before we talk about these here credit cards. And here's the secret about these here credit cards. When you see people that you know that have terrible credit and they get approved for a credit card, what they're doing, they're targeting second chance credit cards. All right. That's who they're targeting. And the reason is because they have a higher chance of approval. Now, we all know about the predatory credit card. Those are the ones that's usually going to charge you the high fees and things like that just to even activate the card. However, I have some credit cards that you may have a higher chance of approval. Now, some of them, they do verify the bank account. So you do have to have a checking account, but not too many on this list. I think it's maybe like one or two or something like that. It's not a whole lot of them on the list. All right. That being said, like RO, okay. So with RO, they'll give you up to $2,500. However, they do charge a fee. All right. And so with their fees go anywhere from $12 up to $60. All right. It just depends on the line. So the worse the credit, the smaller the limit, the smaller the amount that they charge. All right. And so that's with the RO card. All right. Now, another card that I had mentioned that you can potentially get up to $10,000 without even a hard pull on the credit. All right. And so this card we was talking about is the Sportsman's Guide uh, buyer's credit card. It's a Visa credit card. All right. However, it's through Community Bank. And so what it is, you would do the hack, right? And so they're going to pull TransUnion. So what you do, you go there for the Sportsman's Guide credit card. You go there for their Visa, and you do the pre-approval process. Okay. Then once you know what you're actually pre-approved for, then you close that window out. All right. And then you open up another window and freeze your credit report and then go back and apply for that card. Okay. And that way you won't get the hard pull on your credit. All right. So I hope that's something that's of help to you. Then of course you have like Credit One, the Credit One Platinum and stuff like that. That's a card for you. Now, here's something that I definitely want you all to think about, like with Prosper. So with Prosper, that card goes up to $3,000. Okay. Now, again, a soft pull. And I told you in a separate video, there's usually three things you want to look for in a credit card. If it's going to be a soft pull for pre-approval, do you have to pay money up front for it? Okay. And then in terms of if it's charging an annual fee or not. All right. So those are the three things that you usually want to look for. All right. So there's another credit card, and this is a new credit card. Actually, it's not a new credit card. The company actually took over Patel. I used to talk about Patel. So when you have bad credit and stuff, they had the Patel Rise, and then they had the Patel One and the Patel Two. And so this here credit card for the bad, it goes up to 3,500. So this is the tilt card. Okay, it's called the tilt engage. Now, here's the interesting thing about this here card. It gives you 4 opportunities to get a credit limit increase, right? And so when you attach your bank account against it, when you make your payments on time, they look at it every 4 months. Okay, so that's a good one, and it's two other ones that they actually look at, but it's 4 opportunities to give you a credit limit increase. Of course, over time, if you're paying your bills and stuff like that on time, they're going to look at it and look at possibly giving you a credit limit increase or bumping you up to another card. All right. Then you have the SEEN MasterCard. And so with the SEEN MasterCard, that one goes up to 3,000. And with the SEEN MasterCard, it actually will do a instant approval. And so what that means is that, let's just say they said, okay, you're approved for 3,000. They approve you for the 3,000, but you can immediately start using that because they'll give you a digital card. So instead of waiting in the mail for that digital card, they actually give you a digital card. Now, there's another credit card that you all are familiar with, and that's with OneMain. It's the BrightWay credit card from OneMain. Okay. And so with that their card, usually it's by invite or whatever, to get this here card. So some people may not have the opportunity to get this card, but the BrightWay OneMain card is definitely a promising card for people that don't have the best credit. All right. Now, there's another hack that you can actually do to leverage your opportunity to get access to these cards and to boost up your credit score temporarily very fast. And that's when I told you to go over to um, Credit Karma, excuse me. When you go over to Credit Karma and you dispute all the negative items off your credit, and usually within 48 to 72 hours, most of those negative things should be frozen and your credit score should temporarily go up because with your Vantage scores, what ends up happening, like they update faster than with a FICO score. Okay. And so most of the credit cards, especially like the fintech and starter credit cards and stuff, they're using third party credit bureau information and stuff like that. So you have a higher chance when you dispute those things. That's in addition to, like, if you add authorized users or something like that. So I hope this video helps you. I hope these tips helps you. I'm looking forward to us having a very exciting, very prosperous new year. I would encourage you, if you have any questions about your credit file, I am talking to more people about their credit file, and the reason is because there's companies out here that had used that TransUnion method where they said that they was uh, ST, that they was ST. And so when they did that, um, TransUnion just wiped off everything off the credit file and they boosted up the credit score. Well, TransUnion is starting to go back and analyze these files to try to verify if these people actually had an ST. And if they had an ST or did not, or they cannot find any records. And see, here's the violation. They cannot go back legally to confirm somebody was ST. Okay. And so this is where it creates the controversy. So now you can legally sue them. Okay, if they put things back on your credit and they said, well, it's because you stated that you was ST and we need you to show proof. No, you don't. No, you don't. You do not have to show proof to them, to a credit bureau, because they're taking your data. They are a data furnisher. They're taking your data and they're actually selling it. So that actually gives you legal exposure by you providing them with such high classified information. However, TransUnion is actually trying to use this method or at least close this loophole. All right. But so you be careful on that. So again, if you have any question about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.